My name is Stacy Buchel. I live in Colchester. I grew up in Colchester and graduated from Colchester schools. Colchester has always had one of the best school systems in the state, and I think it's important that they continue to provide top-notch educations to our students. And the updates to the science facilities at the high school are paramount to meeting that goal. I work in the research field at UVM, and I see young men and women coming into UVM with superior educations, and their knowledge base is so very advanced in comparison to what I started college with as a freshman many years ago. But yet our high school is still educating our future young scientists with the same resources that I utilized in the 80s. It's important that we give our children access to the tools that they need to make themselves competitive in today's world. And using 40-year-old technology is not the way to go about making that happen.
My name is Ellie Bouffard. I'm a Colchester resident. I have 3 children in the high school. Our kids need to be able to apply the knowledge that they've learned, and they need to be able to do hands-on activities in order to be able to apply that knowledge. You're not going to hire an auto mechanic who's only learned about cars and books. They need to have actually gotten in the car and taken it apart and put it back together again.
In his 2013 inaugural address, Governor Shumlin stressed the critical importance of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education, or STEM, in our schools. We are proposing updated STEM laboratories at Colchester High School in order to fulfill our obligation to our young people. While our students' academic performance has significantly improved in recent years, attracting the attention of the Vermont State Legislature as a result, their laboratories and classrooms, which have not been updated since the building's construction in 1975, are considerably inadequate, placing them at a direct disadvantage as they prepare for an increasingly technological and scientific landscape. Science and technology have revolutionized the world in many ways, and as such, the importance of studying and applying these disciplines is clearly evident.
And I'm Dick Pecor. I'm the Vice Chair of the Colchester School Board. The fact that this hood, which was ostensibly to be used for mixing chemicals and so on, and working with gases that shouldn't be released into the classroom, no longer works. And this is not the only hood that is this way, but our hoods are now being used for storage because they no longer function. Behind me here is an emergency shower, and if a student or even an instructor happened to get some chemicals on them they needed to be washed off, they would come here, stand underneath the shower and pull the cord. The drain drains into the library and water starts to come down through the ceiling of the library. So this is really indicative of the state of affairs of the Colchester High School Science Center. We need to upgrade and fix these facilities. We're trying to build a 21st century science, technology, engineering, and mathematics center.
Colchester High School's laboratories are in desperate need of revitalization. In order to meet the instructional needs of our students and teachers, our labs require significant and immediate attention. The state of our science labs currently places our students at a direct disadvantage as they prepare for their futures in a progressively technological landscape. Modernizing our laboratories has never been more important than it is right now. In order to prepare our students for their futures, we must ameliorate their inadequate access to the equipment and technology that is now commonplace in the scientific and professional world. We must provide our current and future students with the ability to develop the skills our increasingly technological world demands. This is essential to their success as citizens.
So you might be asking yourself, why now? Why a bond? In 1996, the taxpayers of Colchester approved a bond for some renovations that were needed at Mallett's Bay School. At the time, the bond rates were well above 6%. Currently, bond rates are at historic lows. They're just above 3%. This is a great time to invest in the renovation of this building. Every year that we wait, the project will be more expensive. So addressing it sooner will be most cost effective for the town of Colchester.
Hi, my name is Jordan Isham, and I'm a senior here at Colchester High School. I'm the student representative on the school board, and I'm going to be voting in March. I think that the new STEM labs are going to make a big difference here at Colchester. The new STEM labs will increase the efficiency and, more importantly, the safety of our classrooms. They will allow us to provide many opportunities, research projects, clubs, and competitions to capitalize on the full potential of our new labs. With that being said, this renovation project is not avoidable. It is essential for safety and structural reasons. Being recently named one of the top 10 schools in Vermont, we have shown time and time again that we are able to get the biggest bang for our buck. This means that passing the bond is an investment, one that does give back to the community, increasing property value as the value of education here at Colchester increases. We are long overdue for advancement at our school, a 21st century project to meet our 21st century needs.
There's a really big emphasis put on science and technology because it's such a growing field. I think that the new science labs here at Colchester will really strengthen our community's sense of pride in that we're going to become the go-to school for science. We're going to be the model that all other schools look at. And the way science is today, things are changing, and we need bright young minds to fuel us into a better future.
I think Colchester High School needs new science labs because just like any business, you want the most updated equipment as part of your operation. You wouldn't want an outdated lab here at a hospital. You shouldn't want outdated science labs in your kid's high school. I believe there are safety issues there, not just with health, but their physical safety. And I really think it'll help motivate your students to do well in science classes, to get them interested in these high-tech careers, and certainly give them a new attitude toward sciences as they move forward with their education.
We need to be ready.
And we need to be prepared.
We need to be ready.
They need to be ready.